when we consider hearing loss, very often hearing loss is seen as a standalone disability. Now, it is true that hearing loss is a hidden disability. It is also not life-threatening. So in that sense, very often it is partially neglected. It's also not visible. So it doesn't get the attention it deserves, and there's not enough awareness about that. Now, independent of the communication issues and the fact that somebody hears less or doesn't hear well, what is even more unknown is the fact that linked to hearing loss are comorbidities. Now, I think one of the major comorbidities is one called dementia. It was published already in 2017 and 2020 in The Lancet by the Lancet Commission on Dementia. And hearing loss was at that point defined as the biggest modifiable cause of dementia in the life course of a patient. So just giving you some bulk numbers, overall 65%, so let's say 2/3 of the components of the origin of dementia cannot be influenced. 1/3 can, and out of this 1/3, hearing loss contributes to an extent of like 8 to 9% and is the biggest modifiable factor again. So clearly that pleads a lot to do something on the hearing loss itself. Now, what is not clear on the whole thing is that if you read research from Frank Lin or Isabelle Mosier, for example, it is not clear in what kind of correlation hearing loss and dementia are, whether there's one common cause causing both problems, so to speak, or whether the dementia is a consequence of the hearing loss. So currently several studies are ongoing globally to define exactly whether there's a causal connection or not. Now, apart from dementia, there's also other comorbidities which shouldn't be neglected. A major one is also mental health and mental health problems. And mental health problems can be reduced to, on the one hand, that you see a higher incidence of depression in people having a hearing loss, where you see a decrease of the depression levels when people are fitted with the appropriate hearing implant or hearing aid. And secondly, there's also the concept of anxiety. And the same applies there. When people don't get the appropriate hearing treatment, then you see much higher anxiety levels at people having a hearing loss. And then when people get treated with the appropriate treatment, then you see a decrease of the anxiety itself. So, and these are, I think, probably the three major ones. So dementia, depression and anxiety. And apart from that, we also see some other things where you see a higher incidence, for example, of number of falls, for example, also happening in this target population or this group of people. So clearly, I think that hearing loss is not just hearing loss, as they state. I think it's on the one hand, the hidden disability, too often neglected, and clearly the link with the different comorbidities is not made, but it's very crucial because it's not just about treating hearing loss on itself, but it's about treating hearing loss and its comorbidities in that sense. And again, also here, improving the life of the patients.